No, a two-pole ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, circuit breaker should not be installed to protect a 220 volts receptacle that is a two-wire circuit. A two-pole GFCI circuit breaker is designed for multi-wire branch circuits. These multi-wire branch circuits consist of 3 wires, 2-phase wires, and a common neutral wire. These circuits are typically used for 120 volt circuits. 220 volts receptacles, on the other hand, are connected to a 2-wire circuit. This 2-wire circuit consists of 2-phase wires but does not have a neutral wire. Because of this difference in wiring configuration and voltage, a different type of GFCI protection is required. For a 220 volt receptacle on a 2-wire circuit, suitable options for GFCI protection include a 1-pole GFCI circuit breaker or GFCI outlet, also known as a GFCI receptacle. To understand why a 2-pole GFCI breaker isn't suitable, it's important to understand how GFCI protection works. A GFCI device constantly monitors the current flowing in the hot, or phase, conductor and the neutral conductor. Under normal circumstances, these currents should be equal. If there is a difference in current between the hot and neutral wires, it indicates that some current is leaking to ground. This leakage current could be flowing through a person touching a live wire or a faulty appliance. When the GFCI detects this leakage, it quickly trips the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing electrical shock. In a multi-wire branch circuit, the 2-pole GFCI breaker monitors the current balance between the 2 hot wires and the neutral wire. If there is an imbalance, it assumes a ground fault and trips. However, in a 220 volts 2-wire circuit, there is no neutral wire. Therefore, a 2-pole GFCI breaker would not be able to properly monitor the current balance and would not provide adequate protection. Installing a 2-pole GFCI breaker on a 2-wire 220 volt circuit could lead to nuisance tripping or, more importantly, a failure to protect against ground faults. A 1-pole GFCI breaker, on the other hand, is designed for circuits with only 1 hot wire and a neutral wire, or for circuits with 2 hot wires but no neutral wire, like a 220 volt circuit. It monitors the current flowing in the hot wire and compares it to the current returning through the neutral wire or the other hot wire. If there is an imbalance, it trips the circuit. A GFCI outlet works similarly, providing localized protection at the point of use. It's also important to note that electrical codes may have specific requirements for GFCI protection in certain locations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Always consult the applicable electrical code and a qualified electrician to ensure that you are using the correct type of GFCI protection for your specific application. Using the wrong type of GFCI protection can be dangerous and could result in electrical shock or fire. To summarize, remember these key points. Firstly, a 2-pole GFCI breaker is designed for multi-wire branch circuits with 2 hot wires and a neutral wire. Secondly, a 220 volts receptacle on a 2-wire circuit has 2 hot wires but no neutral wire. Thirdly, a 1-pole GFCI breaker or a GFCI outlet should be used to protect a 220 volts receptacle on a 2-wire circuit. And fourthly, always consult the electrical code and a qualified electrician to ensure that you are using the correct type of GFCI protection.